Hallelujah. Live, uncut. Hallelujah. Live, uncut,
All right,
unedited.
people, come on in.
Live, uncut, unedited.
All right, people, y'all know what time it is. We're going live and just going to have a little talk, and we're going to open up the discussion. We'll open up
Hey,
this.
caller.
Yeah, just going to open up discussion, people, and tell you what it is. It's live, uncut, unedited. Yep, live, uncut, unedited.
Echo.
Live, uncut, unedited.
Thank you so much.
All right, we taking some calls. We're talking about a variety of things. We're gonna be jumping all over today. I'm gonna give y'all the option to talk about anything you want to. First, crime and the young lady Shanquilla Robinson. We're gonna talk about her today. We got these young folks out here carjacking, and we got to talk about a lot of things. It's getting close to Christmas. We're in December now. We got less than 30 days. Kanika Rogers, I see you. I see you. I see you. Less than 30 days for a new year coming. I said, Mario, I see you. So we got less than 30 days, people. Miss Beasley, I see you. Nathan, what's going on, brother? That's right. The Crime Chaser live. You ain't got to say original, the only Crime Chaser live, uncut. Sharice Bridges, I see you. I see you. I see you. Definitely, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what time it is. And I want you to come on in and share this video, share it with your loved ones, and we're going to do our thing today. Veronica, I see you. I see you, Veronica. Loretta, I see you, Loretta. I see you. I see you. And we're going to do what we make it do, people. They repurged, they made the purge law. They revised the purge law. So we call it the purge, but it's really not the purge law. I don't want to call it the purge. You know, that's what we do. We tell the truth and shame the
Tell the truth
and what?
shame the devil.
That's what we have to do here. We have to tell the truth. Veronica, what's going on? Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessing to all of my wonderful guests that come in and talk and those that leave messages. I tell you, this has been a great experience where you can voice your opinion. You don't have to agree with Martin G. Johnson, the crime chaser. You just come in, just be respectful, and you all right. Melody Washington, what's going on? Somebody said the mail carrier should be conceal and carry. That's a good thing to talk about too, as well. That's a good topic. Yeah, really. Is that Easter Esther? All right. Joseph Lockhart, I see you, brother. I see you. You're blessed, brother. Stay blessed. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. All right. We're going to talk about some things today. A lot of us, we have some concerns. Those of us that living in these high crime areas, those of us that have family that's living in the high crime areas. What's up, Vicky? I see you. I see you, Vicky. Linda Lashley Gardner, I see you. Good evening. I see you. This is live, uncut, unedited. All right. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, simply as this, too blessed to be stressed. I see you. Go to YouTube, Martin G. Johnson. Subscribe to my YouTube. We always want to have a backup plan. I'm on YouTube right now, streaming live on Facebook Live and as well as YouTube. So always do that backup. I might get mad at you and block you. At least you still can come and see me on YouTube. All right. Lee Ethel Liggins, I see you. I see you. All right. Rosalind, I see you. I promise I see you. Yeah. All right, I need a caller call in. Paul D. Boss, what's up? Live, uncut, unedited. We're in the building. God's in the building. That's right. God is. That's right. Ruby Sanders. That's what I'm talking about. People, listen. There's nothing wrong believing in God. Nothing wrong with it. I found him to be true. I found out for myself, for him to be true. I tell you, any updates on Shanquilla? If there's any updates, I don't need you to come on here and tell me the same story. They was wrong for doing this and all that. That's cool. I need some new updates. If you're gonna call in with them updates. You ain't me. That's right. That's right. Any new updates? Updates. That's what we need. We don't need nothing but some updates. I don't need a long drawn story of what you thinking they were dead wrong. We know they was wrong. We know they was wrong. Uncut. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. We don't need to no, we need some things going. What's up, Peggy? I see you. Is that Vicky? I see you, Vicky. These lines are going so fast. I'm doing a whole lot. All right, I got the phone lines open 872-297-6389. 872-299-0808. So if one line is busy or not, I can write, you call that other line. And we ready to talk. Let's get into some action. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I need some good arguments today. Some good arguments. I tell you what, let me bring some up. I'm finna bring some. Y'all scared. I'm gonna start it off because y'all scared. Y'all scared. Y'all scared. I'm gonna bring an argument up. Y'all scared. Some of the people don't want to talk about. I see some right now that I want. Y'all scared. Let me see. All right. Screen sharing. I'm finna bring something in for us. Let's see. Share. All right. All right, people. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Break this screen up. There we go. Break it up. All right. Politicians' blueprint for elections are job fairs, school supplies, turkeys, toys, coats, and expired food in the Black community. Foods in the Black community. Now, people, come on now. Let's be real. Let's be real now, people. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Now, is this true or false? Is this true or false, people? Is this true or false? Politicians' blueprint for elections are jobs, job fairs, school supplies, turkeys, toys, coats, expired foods in the Black community. And that's all you got to give us. That's all we require. That's all we see the same pattern over and over and over and over and over, people. We see the same people paying people to get petitions, paying them $1, $2, or $3, or $5. They'll find a way to make some jobs to get them elected. These job fairs, where you have what? UPS, FedEx, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Amazon, they come in, you know. All right, now I'm not saying you can't, you got to be in the higher up management, like a truck driver for like FedEx or UPS or Amazon to buy a house and take care of family. So come on, people, we need good government jobs. Good government jobs. Good God Almighty. Yes, we do. We need that. So anybody want to call in? I need some callers. Call in 872-297-6389 is above my head and on the screen. Come on, talk to me. Come and talk to me. I'm going to remove this screen and so we can get busy and talk. I just want to show y'all some things. That's it. And get rid of this screen. And that's it. Get rid of the screen. And I'm ready to talk, people. I'm ready. I am ready to talk. Y'all act like y'all scared. I don't know why y'all act like y'all scared. All right, let's do that way. I'll leave it right there until I get tired of it. All right. All right, people. This live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. Let's talk. I need some talkers. This is 8 o'clock. The kids have stopped. They didn't been fed by now, doing their homework, playing the video games, all of it. Come on in, talk to me. I'm getting hot in here. Cut my fan on. I need some talk, people. Talk. Talk to me. Well, let's talk about this. The Christmas holiday coming up. We got folks out here that's robbing, stealing, and killing. We got folks out here robbing, stealing, and killing. Any updates? Any updates, people? You have an outstanding platform. I absolutely love the content you bring. Thank you so much, Rosalind. I appreciate you. I really do. It's by God's grace that helped me bring all these great topics. And I tell you, I wish Mayor Lightfoot would go sit down. She can't handle Chicago. Okay. I hear y'all. Somebody said a prophetic voice. All right. It's certainly true. Let's talk. I'm ready to talk. Oh, somebody said, don't forget the gas giveaway. That's a possibility. It's part of it. Okay, I got a call. I see a caller coming on in. I see a caller. Get ready to come on in. So I got somebody coming on in. They're hitting the introduction. They're going to come right on in. I want the caller to come right on in. Call. All right, caller, I'm going to bring you in right now. So I want you to talk to us. Hey, caller, where are you calling from? Talk to us, caller.
Calling from the west suburbs.
All right, come on, lay it on us, brother.
Suburbs. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Talk to us, caller. Lay it on us, man. Lay it on us. Lay it on us, man. We need it. We need it. We need it, man.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Well, so I want to speak on that. The first topic you brought up. So it's clear that they think of us. They think so little of us that all they need to do is bring us turkeys and this and that, and it only happened around election time, around holiday time, or in response to something. It's not really a voluntary thing. It's very methodical about when they give these certain things. And I've heard people talk about relationships, specifically with women, and why they're not getting a good man or why they're not getting married. A lot of people hold women accountable and say, well, you're not requiring the man to marry you. And I think about the things in our community just like that. Like, if we're not requiring them to do more, they're only going to do the bare minimum. You know, just like the program they do in our community, after school program, a fitness facility, a place, a little after school program for the kids. That is so minimal. Not every kid is involved in that. Not every kid gonna go to the local facility where they're gonna see the same guys they try to run away from, because all of them need a place to go to. And so the sport thing is another thing. It's kind of like a Band-Aid and a cure-all, but they got the same little things. They're not being creative. They're not really doing things that will put us in a better position for ourselves and our family. You know, in terms of the things they say they want to do to help support us.
Mm-hmm.
So like you say, it's no real jobs, career jobs, where you can set your family up and see yourself retiring from this job and really building a legacy for your family. These are jobs that just keep you at bay, to really keep you with your hand out. These not no jobs to help you get ahead. And we're not requiring more from the people that say they want to help and support us. So it's just the standard stuff. Just like a lot of these places, they give out book bags, they give out school supplies, and that's just the bare minimum. So they can have a tax write-off and say that they did their due diligence,
Mm-hmm.
and they did their little voluntary, whatever requirement to say they about the community.
Right.
They're not getting their hands dirty and really with their feet on the ground. We know this.
And let me say this, brother. I want to say to those that are out there that's giving school supplies and food and turkeys and coats, we appreciate it, brother. We really appreciate it, but that's not all we worth. People, how could we go from back in the 60s owning just about every business in our community, man, and the foreigners giving us turkeys and coats and toys and all that? Come on, people, how low can we go? Now, for y'all that love to talk about what black folks ain't doing or what they doing and all that, listen, if our spending power, according to their numbers, is what? $4 trillion or something like it, 1 trillion, whatever, $1 trillion. That goes to show you that black people are working. They're not just handing out that type of money. That means we're working. That money is coming from somewhere, my brother. That money is coming from somewhere.
True.
So as long as black people, as long as we are consumers, our money would never circulate in our communities, in our black communities. Trust me. And the only option is left. When the money don't circulate back into the community, then this is what you see. You're going to see drugs come in the community. You're going to see guns in the community. You're going to see steady growth of crime in the community. Carjacking, selling drugs, robbing, burglary. Now, don't get me wrong. Crime is in every community. There's no community that don't have crime. I just want to say that too. I just want to say that. So I don't want to make like the black people, we the only one committing crime. We the only ones that have crime in our community. That's not so. I just wanted to throw that out there, brother. Did you want to say anything else? You just listen. I can talk now. If you want me to, I'll keep on going. All right. I don't know what happened to the brother. I think he hung up or something, did he? All right. Oh, there. Somebody calling in now. Somebody calling in now. So, people, this is live, uncut, unedited. I'm going to get your caller when you call. Hold on for a second. I'll bring you right on in. And this is what happened in the black community. We have to learn how to build our families. Now, I know I sound like a broken record. We have to build our families. Let me see what this call. Hey, caller, where you calling from? Caller. All right, this got a new caller. Come on, new caller. Come on in. I got a new call online. They being quiet. Can you hear me, caller? All right. And listen, people, those of us that are successful homeowners, have a career job, a government job, a city job, or some type of skill or trade or something like that. What about our children? What about our children, people? What about our children? Raymond Gregory says too many liquor stores. What about our children? How can another people can come from another country that barely can speak English? And you know, if they can't speak it, they can't write it and read it, and come in our community and open up a business and outfox us. Come on now, people. All right, I got me another caller. Caller 224 caller. Come on in. Introduce yourself. This is live, uncut, unedited. I tell you, this is real, people. This is real. All right. The caller hung up. I don't know what happened. All right. I think I got another caller. A 773 caller. Where you at? So my thing, I hope I'm making sense to you guys. Now, a lot of you guys get on here and you tell us what black people ain't doing. But all of us are not selling drugs. Not all of us selling drugs. Somebody said because their drive and ethics are different. Well, that could be true to a certain extent. Now, say something is wrong with the line. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me, it might be my phone. Hold on. I'm going to try to do it again. Hold on, people. It might have hung up. I'm sorry. Hold on, people. Hold on. Give it a minute. I'm going to call it back in. I'm sorry, people. So sorry. Give it a minute, and you better call back in just a minute. Give it a minute. You can call right back in. So that was my phone that hung up. Okay.
And do not.
All right. All right, people. So y'all guys can come on in. Come on now. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. I'm sorry. I was just in, but you couldn't hear us. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. Now you can call back, Paul D. Boss. Come on. I need to hear from you. Call back, live, uncut, unedited. You know, we working out this new system. You definitely can call back. It must have been my phone that hung up. So this is live, uncut, unedited, people. You already know what it is. Somebody said blacks have a false sense of entitlement because we are still feeling we are owed something, which we are, but we got to put ourselves in position to get more. Okay. I don't like that, but I guess I can go with that, Don. I don't like it. I don't like the way you said that, but I guess so. I guess so. All right. I got to call it in. Let's call it. Just call back. Call, I'll bring you in a minute because the immigrants get more benefits than us. And when we get here and hustle to bring more, the kids, they make kids in here. Okay. I barely going to read that, but hey. All right, caller, you can come on in now. 7708. You can come on in now. You should be ready to talk.
How we doing?
All right, I'm sorry. My phone must have hung up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I think so. It's all good.
Okay, come on.
I had tried to text you on the other line to let you know.
Okay, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, so I was just saying, I mean, what you think about that we're not requiring, or how about just black people saying no for once? Just saying, you know what, we good, or we don't need that. Like, you don't always have to accept something if it's below your standards. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always just have to be so agreeable and just take anything somebody giving you, just taking crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to say, no, if you're going to help us out, help us in this way. You know what I mean? Help. If you're going to help me out, help pay out some of this student loan debt. Or help me, you know what I mean, with a down payment on the mortgage or a small business loan. That's how you can help me. You can keep them turkeys, keep them book bags. We're going to recycle the same little supplies that we've been using anyway.
What about that?
Give us something that we can really put our foot in the ground.
What about that saying, say you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
There you go.
That's it right there. That's it.
That's perfect.
That's it.
Give me the information. That's how you can help me. Give me some information. You know what I mean? Have about 100 kids be able to go to a private school that would otherwise cost $20,000 a year. You know what I mean? Give them some scholarships. Like stuff like that can really help people thrive in this given community, this given society. Like I said, you can keep them turkeys and stuff because that stuff is just, it works well for a meal, but after the meal over with, you're still hungry.
Still hungry. And some people you giving turkeys.
What have you really done for me?
Right. You giving people turkeys. Some of them don't even have stoves to cook them in. Their gas not even on at home.
Right.
So
guess what, Martin? They still take it, don't they?
Yeah. They still take it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Let me read some of these comments.
I don't know. So what's the
solution? Well, some of the solutions is I think it start with family first, brother. We got to rebuild family, a male and female. That's what I think. We have to start from there. And the government paid the woman to kick the man out. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Mm-hmm. I got to. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah. That's it. The women, y'all cannot deny that. They paid the women to kick the man out. I'm sorry. And look at the results we're having right now today. Look at the results that we're having right now today. Paid to kick the man out the house. Well, what you talking about, Martin? I'm talking about Section 8, low income. That's what I'm talking about. When you apply for your link benefits, your SNAP benefits, turn that daddy into child support. Or if not, you won't get your benefits. Yeah, I got a couple more callers in now. That's beautiful. That I got the 5014 coming on in. He'll be coming in a minute. So I'm saying this is true. This is it. This is real, brother. What you got to say about that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I got the callers. They calling in now. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, my brother. You in now? Come on. Tell us what you drop it on us, brother.
Boss. I'm calling from Alpha right now.
Okay, come on, drop it on us, brother.
Okay. Now I'm 28 years old, I'm still young to my studies, I'm still a student.
Okay.
And number two, I'm like 13 years old when it comes to this studying.
Okay.
During the years that I've been studying and everything, it always started from as a child, like everybody been saying, when we was in school. And this was my key point is the main purpose is everything's been planned, okay?
Yes.
Everything, how we live in, how we think, how we manifest our reality, it's all been planned. You know what I'm saying? This was due before any one of us was even thought of.
Mm-hmm.
It go way back to the 1800s. But when they started putting everything into act, it was in the 1900s, which became the American dream. And then, once everybody sit down and think about what is the American dream? The American dream has been a normal, good citizen. And what is that? Working, paying bills, paying taxes, have a little bit of kids, and just maintain. Now, when it comes to our group being the melanated beings, and also like my brother Dan Calloway say, us Niji, you know what I'm saying? Instead of calling each other friends, no, we are Niji. You know what I'm saying? And we go back and do our studies on the Niji people, we'll understand who we truly are. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the indigenous and who our real roots come from, But through time and through schooling, they distracted us. They reversed history, told us everything in reverse. So now that when the kids grow up and when we grow up, we are all confused.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like we got a battle going on. Like, okay, what's the truth? Everybody trying to figure out the truth from a lie. The truth from a lie, And, I have a few mentors that I always look back to, and they're much older than me. Like I say, one of them is Dan Calloway. Anybody can go look him up on YouTube. He's a young brother about in his 30s and everything. And what he does is he teach people the history. He break it down. He break down terms. He go back to dates. He get documents that's not even supposed to be accessible. You know what I'm saying? To learn about the women and how the women actually rule the world and actually shapes the man that have us actually going crazy and doing the things that we do. She get down on the women because the women actually don't even know who they truly are. They really don't know what they want in life. So how us men actually seek out for women, like my brother said, we trying to figure out which women we want. The women trying to figure out which men they want. They say they want good men. Us brothers and men say we want good women, but at the same time, look at the kitty litter that we picking from.
Mm-hmm.
You're only going to attract what you are.
Agreed.
And that's the truth.
That is great.
We got so far stemmed away from spirituality that we indoctrinated religion.
Mm-hmm.
So now by us indoctrinating religion, we got so many different religions and their beliefs. Everybody is against everybody because what? If the word don't match up with their belief word, it's a problem. But all the word is saying the same thing when you actually think about it. And we talk about the creator, a lot of people say God, but the creator is God, the creator of all. When we actually sit down and think about that and get back to our true selves and then fix ourselves like you've been saying, because you got to fix yourself, then you can fix your house.
Mm-hmm.
Once you fix your house, you get to your neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the next house. And then that's how you form the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
But once you form the whole community, then we will only be strong. See, right now out here, we have a lot of beta males. We don't have a lot of alpha males out here. The alpha males are overshadowed.
Mm-hmm.
We can think about everything of how they got us into the situation that we're in right now and how we're trying to get out. But the thing is, it's not a lot of people can think for themselves. We so distracted on television and music, entertainment, we cannot think for ourselves.
Brother, let me ask you a question.
Real quick.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
No, go ahead. Let the other caller go ahead.
Add on. Okay, I just want to add on to that. When people say you should meditate, you should go do some type of therapy, those are awesome recommendations, but you have to be in a certain place in life, I think, to be able to be settled enough to enjoy some stuff like that. So when we think about getting to know ourselves, to the brother point, we so confused that we can't even get to because they say the closer you get to know yourself, the closer you get to God. So we're in a state of distraction. Some people don't even get to know who you are until they 30, 40, 50. Like one of the toughest questions I ever had to answer was, who are you? That's a very difficult question. And I started that journey around 14, 15, 16. I know people just in their 60s that really don't know a true sense of who they are. And so how can they get close to God? Because honestly, in this society, if you go to a regular school, you learn the dominant culture first. And so you're almost taught their history before your own history. So we are already playing catch up. You see what I'm saying? So how can I do yoga, meditate, go to church when I can't even settle myself? Like, all these ideas are wonderful, but we so lost, we can't even get close to that. So we so far away from God because we so far away from ourselves. We don't know even how to take an introspective look, to self-reflect. Like, you have to be in a certain state of mind and state of life in order to take advantage of something like that. And I mean, I just wanted to just double down on the brother point, just that confused point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, in order for us to know out yourself, you have to accept accountability. Okay. You know, like you said, a lot of people, they can't self-criticism or criticism from other people. Why? Because like you said, the state how they is. You know, they have to accept the things that they've been through and learn from it. Now, once you know better, you do better. But you have a lot of people that know better that still go along with the BS, and that's what? Ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, the solution is, you know, we have to just sit down and let God take control of us. You know, like he said, meditate. You meditate all the time whenever we sit in peace. You know, you just sit down, open your thoughts up, relax. You know, a lot of us out here are puppets, and that's one thing why we confused, because what I mean about saying that we are puppets is every day is 24 hours in a day. Majority of our days are already taken up by the things that was already set for us to do. When we sit down and think about how much time that we have left for ourselves, it's about what? 3, 4 hours, if that. You know, a lot of people doing what? They're working 2 jobs, you know, that's 16 hours off back if you're doing 8 hours. Then you're doing what? You're sleeping for 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So what's left for you? 4 hours. So you're never trained to sit down and live your life or live life for what life is. We always working to live, you know? We hardly have time to sit down and read, you know, like they say, if you always want to treat the people, put it in the books. They put everything in the books. A lot of us just refuse to sit down and pick up that book.
You know what I think that is too?
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, my fault, Martin. It's a little delay. My fault. But you talked about that piece. How do you take like a brother off the street, a younger brother off the street, and get him to that point? You know what I mean? How do you break whatever script is set for them, whatever conditioning, and get to the point where they can have peace, get to the point where they can settle themselves enough to open the book and receive what's being wrote on them pages? How do you get there?
Well, first of all, you have to lead by example. You know, I was once one of, like I said, I always tell people this. I was once one of those, I was a knucklehead out here growing up in these streets and everything. But I also had found out, and I had, like I said, you have to take accountability. I found out that the streets wasn't for me. That's through the door. Yeah, I played out here and everything like that, but when it really came down to, okay, it's time for you to do that time, or if you're going to care about your freedom. It don't take a rocket science to click in. So when I thought about it, like, you know what? No, it ain't for me. So when I left the streets and everything alone, I thought about everything I was doing wrong, and I look at the young peers that, like, even the ones that still younger than me. I tell them what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? I don't tell them what's wrong. I tell them, like, you know what? This going to lead you there. This going to lead you there, which is bad. But you still got a choice to make. You know what I'm saying? I led you to the water, and that's up to you to drink it. You know what I'm saying? Now, after I tell them what's going on, I lead by example. I say, check it out. You come from under your wing. You take them out the situation. See, a lot of these youngies have never been outside of their normal neighborhood. And if it was outside of their normal neighborhood, what is it? 10, 20 blocks away? People from the south side ain't too much traveling to the wild, deep into the hundreds. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us never get out the state. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when you take them out the environment that they already in and change their mindset, show them that it's more to life than what we already doing and what we seeing, that's when they'll come to their sense, like, you know what? That brother right. It saved my life. I don't have to worry about having enemies, no ops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're going to see gunfire and all that, bullets, but guess what? In the Bible, what it say? You'll walk through bullets, even through fire. You know what I'm saying? that's not the script, but it's similar on them lines. Y'all know the scripture.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's the saying of it.
yeah, yeah. Well, let me just say this, guys. Let me just say we have a lot of work to do. You know, everybody have to do their part.
Yes, sir.
We have a lot of work. We have to do a lot of self-examination. And like the brother said the other night, we need to start pointing out some good things, which is not hard to find, not hard to see, that we are doing. You know, if you get on here all the time, always dogging black people, they ain't doing this, they like this, and they this, and they this, and that. Nah, you got to check yourself. Because there's some definitely people out here that's doing some positive things. You looking at one right now. You listening to me. Doing some positive things out here.
Yep.
I'm not caught up in these streets doing people wrong and doing all the type of stuff. That's not me. You know, so we have to start pointing out some things that we are doing. We built this country. Not only we built this country, we fought in every war in this country. We fought in the Civil War against the North and the South. And also, we have so many inventions, some we know about and some that we don't know about. What would America be like if it wasn't no blacks? They couldn't make no money. The Arabs and the Asians, they love our community because we spend our money so freely. That's what we do. We spend our money without conscience. We just spend it. We just spend it. The Jews call our money, they say we liquid gold. Trust me, when we go to jail, everybody's getting paid. The police, the judge, the prosecuting attorney, everybody, the jail, the prisons. It's a line of people getting money off us. We producing jobs, but they're just not with our name on it. Think about it, people. Think about
race.
Yeah, think about R. Kelly. How many jobs he made. Michael Jordan, how many jobs he made. R. Kelly, somebody had to go mix the music up. Somebody had to make the CDs. Somebody had to make the CD cover. Somebody had to rap it. Somebody had to do that. Somebody had to go set up the stage so when they're in concert. Somebody had to be his booking agent. So he creates a lot of jobs for a lot of people. When he in concert, you need security. When he in concert, you need to have a stage man. Security. You need to sell tickets. It's jobs. We create jobs. Black people. We just don't profit off of them. Now, anytime the NBA can pay a person $40 million in 4 years, imagine what they're making, people. Just imagine of the ticket sales. Somebody paying somebody $40 million just to throw a ball in the basket, to be entertain us. And no disrespect to no professional ball player out there.
What's crazy to me?
Go ahead.
What's crazy to me is, you know how they make all that money, right?
Yeah.
And then we be down here like, man, why y'all making that money? Y'all ain't giving us none. Y'all ain't doing enough for us. But if a lot of us truly knew that they want to do that so bad, but they can't. They can't. See, the whole mission is to keep us poor and let them stay rich. Why? Because they was the hand-selected ones to get rich. And if they step outside that boundary, we're going to take your money away from you. We're going to lock you up. And if that don't work, we're going to kill you.
Well, you know, if
we can't kill you, guess what we'll do? We will kick you from the United States and send you back to your homeland. Let
me just say this. We always going to have poor people. But I don't want a person to be so poor that they can't, that they homeless. I don't want a person to be so poor that their lights cut off, their gas cut off. I think every man and every woman, every boy and girl should have the necessity of life, clothes on your back. You don't have to have no TV. You don't have to have no computer, a place to stay, clean clothes, a roof over your head, cooking gas, heating gas. Hey, and you're okay. Little change, get to work, back and forth. I mean, everybody's not going to be rich. Everybody's not going to be rich.
No, we're not.
We're not going to be rich. And I'm going to tell you, you got foreigners that is willing to risk death to come in our community and get our money. They know how dangerous it is. And it ain't that black people can't do business. You're looking at a businessman. I'm quite sure, young man, you're probably a businessman, both of you guys. It ain't that we can't conduct business. Somebody finna say, let me just say this, I'm gonna let you talk. Yeah. Don't run out there and go get you a crackhead to paint your house. And when he come back and break in your house, or he don't show up the next day because you paid him, now don't get on here talking about, I tried to help black people. No. You help the ones that are helping themselves. Let me just say that. Because, see, we got that bad, man. When we run to go get somebody that the charge is cheap, and we know they're alcoholic and they know they're on drugs, and we take advantage of them and don't pay them right, and they don't show up the next day or don't do the job right because they have hired and all that, then we get talking about, man, I can't do no business with no black people. You got to hire the right black people. That's all I'm saying. So don't get on here talking about black people lazy and all. We can't be lazy. All this money we spend in a year, these trillions of dollars.
You feel me?
That's a trillion. Where is money coming from, people? If we so lazy, where's all these trillions of dollars coming from in the black communities? Where's it coming from? So we can't be lazy.
A slaving. That's where that money comes from. And I was just breaking that down to one of my fellow partners. I was like, when they do a statistic on the money, we're the only group of people that make more money than all these people. But yet, we ain't got nothing to show forth to say that we make more money like this. I say, like, if a lot of us just took our money and just built a bank just for strictly us, and everybody just give them a personal account in that bank, do you know we'll have so much money in a month to build a whole community? But this the thing.
You know what, though?
There's a lot of people out there that's going to throw fuel into that because they're like, oh, we can't trust these people. We can't trust them. Who we going to have running and all that? See, that's the problem. You keep throwing negativity into some positivity ideas.
Go ahead, my brother. Hold on, brother. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
I think there is something to show for it. We didn't put their kids through college. We didn't put them through law school. It's just that we don't have the results for us. But there's plenty of proof that Levi Strauss and all the oldest businesses that still run was built on the backs of black people. So there are results. It's just not in our benefit. But we see the results of the fruits of our ancestors all around us. You know what I mean? It's just that we get the lower end of the stick.
Yeah, I work on the stick every day. Now go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, and so it's not like we not benefit. I would have loved to see, and maybe it could still happen. Let's say you're a sports player, and you say, look, in their contract they have to talk to the media. But how about we encourage a lot of black youth to enter into the sports arena or into the broadcasting arena? All right, I'm gonna talk to somebody, but I want to talk to a black person. You know what I mean? If I gotta hire a lawyer, if I work for a music company, how about I hire a black lawyer? How about I encourage and challenge black people to get into these positions? So I'm up here, I got to start them, I'm getting the money, and so I don't have to hire a Jewish lawyer. You know what I mean? Encourage us to get in these positions, because I'm in a position where I can hire some people. I'm going to need a staff.
Exactly.
And the only staff that's qualified is the ones that don't look like me. So how about, look, man, I'm up here. I need y'all in 2 years, get a little certificate. I got you. I'm going to put you on. I'm not seeing that, but I think that's something that we could do.
And that's the thing. See, we got to get ourselves in the point. See, like me, I'm a security officer. And I had the idea. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start my own security business up. So I wanted to start my own LLCs. And I'm like, you know the name of my business is called Top Flight. You know? And everybody started laughing like, I like that name. I said, that's the point. I want you to like the name. That way, you know, you'll have protection. And I will have a team. Now, by me starting that business up right there, I was going to try to accumulate the money. That way I can start certifying people. You know what I'm saying? To be, okay, I ain't got to worry about telling you, go get your papers and certify. Now, I'm going to certify through my business. A lot of people out here that got businesses, you know, we got a lot of people that's in good positions that, you know what I'm saying, they can't help our young brothers and everything grow, but they pride is to themselves. They only think about me, myself, and I. You know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, the truck drivers. There's so many people out here that drive trucks. they could cuff a youngie off the streets. Let me show you how you work this rig. Let me show you these angles, how you park this and drive this. So you know what, he grow up and what he do? He go get his L's. Now he's a truck driver. Independent, start your own business, get your own company. Now you hauling trucks around for a major company. They growing, you growing. We got people in position, but the thing is, they don't want to help the ones out.
Some of us, not all like that. Some of us, we have to. Let me just say. Let me break it down a little bit. To agree with you, it's too much individualism. That's what it is. Lism. I'm sorry. Too much individual. That's all what it is. As long as we're not operating as a group or a nation, we can't win, people. We can win. Some of us can win individually, but you can't win. Listen, when it comes to our spending power, when it comes to sticking to issues that really matter for our community, we have to be as a group. We can't be individual. We can't have that mentality. You got to get yours, I got mine. We can't have that. That's the type of mentality we can't have. And when you have that individual mentality, you can't win. You won't win. You will not win. Trust me. Look at Kyrie Irving. With all that money that he had, if it wasn't for the social media presence pounding on them Jews, they had to back up on, they had to backtrack on them. But if we just would have left him out there dangling and hanging, man, he probably wouldn't be playing ball right now. They'd force him into retirement. But by us going in on it and communicating with one another, that's a good thing. I'm telling you, it's a good thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing. We took the two.
One time where everybody coming into awakening.
Yeah, we took the good two.
What just happened is, my fault. Real quick, what just happened is people tried to put pressure on Amazon to take that film away. Now, all Kyrie Irving did was like or something. He liked the link. He didn't get in more trouble than the person who made the film and the people who making money off the film. Amazon then doubled down and said, we're not going to stop selling it. You know what I mean? And so how is it that he taking the brunt of the blame and he ain't making no money off it, he ain't produce it? You know what I mean? And so I appreciate the stand he took, but I wish we could have, we still could show him how much our dollar really means and just say no. Like I said earlier, say no. Say we're going to stop watching, we're going to stop patronizing your games. Really show them that our dollar means something. And if we stop spending our dollar, y'all are going to be crippled financially.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, and you're right, but we have to do it as a group, and don't have to be all of us.
Yep.
As long as there's enough of us to make some noise, and that's great. That's so don't get to everybody. All black people ain't gonna be all black people ain't gonna be 100% on board what we say and what we do. People, trust me. But if we get enough of us, we can get the job done. Remember that enough of us. Remember that, people. Yep. So don't get mad and say, well, ain't nobody else doing you'll get discouraged. But if it takes enough of us.
Yep. Through
the door. Just like my nail shop protest. It was just enough of us to shut it down. The whole city didn't get behind us. They didn't get behind us, brother and sisters. The whole city did not get behind us when we shut that nail salon down. Matter of fact, we got so much inward fighting from so much negativity from the social media. But guess what? When we got it done,
that's the thing.
They couldn't be. Hold on, brother. When we got it done, they look. I knew y'all could do it. I knew y'all was gonna do it, but y'all didn't believe in us. You didn't come out to support. Now I know everybody can't come out and protest. You could have went out there and donated some money. You could have brought some coffee or donuts or something. Some signs and made some signs. Give us 15 minutes of your time. Give us 10 minutes. Give us half an hour of your time. We didn't ask you to stay there all day. That's what we was asking. And guess what? We shut them down successfully. So we didn't have to burn no building down or anything. We didn't have to go in there and beat up nobody. We shut them down by what? Protesting, by educating the customers and not going in there. And trust me, all them young ladies, it was still young ladies was still trying to go in there even when they was closed because they wasn't on board with what we was trying to do. They didn't care because it didn't happen to them. Go ahead, guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, the reason a lot of people don't get the message and the memos and stuff to come out to the protests. You know, because a lot of people are so prideful that when they realize come across people like you, Martin, that's actually a real news analyst and anchor that's actually on the scenes and everywhere in the midst of the fire, they only depend on their WGCI, Channel 9, 32, and those stations are edited. They edit what they want us to see. That's why you see a lot of black, and they, instead of them telling us the truth. Like, I always tell people to question this. How if these news people get all the information on these murder scenes and they're not even there? But you got a brother who's there almost 5 seconds after the incident just went down, and guess what? Recording. A real news person. What do you say? Live. Uncut. Unedited. Ain't nothing being touched.
Nothing.
You're seeing everything for what it is.
And let me say this too, brother.
Now, if we go ahead.
Let me say this. I'm gonna hold that thought right there. Now, I've seen brothers come up to me, approach me, and tell me to put my camera down. I'm standing right next to a white guy with his camera. They say nothing to him. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing, brother. They look at me as if, man, you don't put that camera down, it's still on you. I mean, you could see the vibe that they putting out. So who better can tell the story from somebody from the element, from the hood? Here's a white man, you don't live in our community, you don't identify with our community, and you definitely don't know what's going on in our community. Who better can tell the story? Me or him with this big old camera, 32 or Channel 7. That's right. They don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're backwards. Listen, I'll tell a brother right now. Right now, somebody, as we speaking, somebody is loading up a gun right now. And you know the picture they got in their mind? I'm finna kill some black person. That's what they got in their mind right now.
Yep.
That's the picture in their mind right now. They loading up their gun as we speak. Right now, I guarantee you, loading up a drum or loading up an extended clip. I'm going to kill some black person. That's what their mindset is.
But it won't be nobody with importance.
I'm telling you.
You know, they're always killing everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's not even their enemy. Not
even their enemy.
With them, but they're never going to challenge the ones at Springfield or the local capitals.
They're not going to do that.
They're never going to do that to them. At all.
They're out of their element.
They're going to try the military at all.
At all.
But we big dogs, though. Watch out. Y'all in the way. Hold your shields. There's going to be a time we're going to need all of them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a time. See, if you really listen to Joe Biden, and this time, I'm like, man, a lot of people that let this go past their head. The man's had a live press conference, and he said something. By 2040, they predict this joint going to be the majority of Caucasians. So.
No, you mean the minority.
Well, what's going to happen to us?
But let me just say something. White people have already proven to us they don't have to be in our community to run it. So they don't have to have the numbers to run it. As long as we're abiding by their policies, their laws and all that, they still good, regardless if they're the minority or not. Trust me. Listen, they're all in Africa. They're all around the world. You can look at the black community. Inglewood and Woodlawn and South Shore. They don't run, white people run those communities. And you barely have white people in some of those communities.
Yes,
so that number, because they're going to be the minority and all that in 2040, brother, they still got policy down, law. Tell you, see, the thing is, they work to
laws.
Thank you. And if the law, listen,
that's how they control us.
That's it right there. That's it. That is it.
Think about it. How they destroyed the black family. They made a law, and with that law, it was called Section 8. Then they came in with low income, all the programs. In order for you to get that, you have to do what? Dismiss the man.
Yeah. And see,
everything in law, how we live in today. That's why I went on like it was planned, because you can go find all these acts. Even we black. Now, see, when you go look up the word black, you understand it ain't got no existence of color.
Right.
It's absence from color. So they don't even look at us as being here. You know what I'm saying?
And but see
When we
that
comfortable and you know,
and that's what they do to us, brother. But you know, we see the thing is, we say we conscious, we say we woke, but at the end of the day, brother, we're speaking their language, and they telling us what these words mean.
yep.
We speaking their language, you
Yep.
know. And when people come up to me and say, "Oh
And
man,
they
you got the slave master name," I said, "What language you speaking?" And they get quiet. That's what I tell them.
Oh me.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. Now I may have a slave master name, but you speaking his language. This is the slave master language, the language, English language. This is language.
Yep.
And they speak it just about all around the world.
English.
Yeah. So you can say whatever you want. Yep. We all still on a plantation, one way or another. Whether you believe that or not. Real talk. Yeah, somebody said the question is, when our black folks are going to stop being afraid of white people? We're frozen in fear. That's all what it is. Frozen. They're frozen in fear.
They can't. And then that's why I tell people all the time, you know, and I go off my brother Malcolm X, and he said this. He said, we're going to have a good conversation and we're going to really have a dialogue and everything. We cannot bring up religion or no political ideas at all.
Thank you. You got to leave that at home.
Two things right there indoctrinate so much fear in you. You will never know how to think. You will always be scared to make a move or do anything.
Say it, brother.
You know,
you
and
said
that's crazy, but it is what it is. Because if you want to learn the truth, you got to understand who these people is that's governing us. You know, and when you find out who these people is, these ain't nothing but runaway peoples from overseas, from the UK, from Europe. You know, and the thing they did was came over here, killed us off, and made their own land. Said, look, y'all gonna live by these rules. Y'all gonna follow this. If not, guess what? We got something for you. And we just, that's what I was saying the other day. We got to blame the generation before us because we just got so comfortable in accepting it that nobody stood up and questioned them. After the Black Panthers, then from them, the organization, Larry Hoover and all them, like when we found out why these guys still locked up, yeah, they say locked them up for all that drug. Okay, boom, but people change.
Yeah.
Did you really know he's still in jail because of his political beliefs? He was talking about when he get out, he was going the people in my generation and the generation before me, he was going to persuade them and show them the better way of life and educate them that everybody out here was going to have their own everything. We always going to run this joint. We're going to be real business black men. But when they found out and seen him thinking like that, they say, no, we got to keep you in jail because you're going to wake too many of them up. Our plan is to keep them killing so we can fill these jails up. That's why the music the way it is right now. They had a meeting on that. So all the revolutionary rappers, if y'all ain't on this page of misleading the people, keeping the jails filled up, rap about sex, killing, murder, jewelry, and all this, then you ain't gonna make it. The only way you're gonna make it is talking negative like this. And that's basically what it is. Like when you study the chakras, we think and speak from our lower chakras instead of our higher chakras.
What about these radio stations, brother? Well, we got to hold them accountable too.
The radio station, because the frequencies, all this is all frequency, it's all energy. You know, I always tell you, put the guns down. But like my brother said, the next track, yes, sliding around the block with the AK. I seen them out, no, stop that. How you gonna say that? But you got people out here that's making real good music, ain't talking about no guns, no drugs, no sex heavy, none of that. But you refuse to play their music. Why? Because you hand selecting, just like the news, what you want to pump on these airwaves. It's all frequency. If they can keep pumping the 808 frequencies, the high frequencies to keep us distracted and distorted, oh yeah, they did their job because God is nothing but love and peace. If they found out how to tamper with the good frequency and make it more distortion, that's all it is. We ain't nothing but walking vibrations. You know? A lot of people they don't believe in science because a lot of people tamper with pseudoscience. Yeah. So I believe you when you say you're going to step away from science. But at the end of the day, when you think about this, a lot of this is science.
So
that's just what it is. It's spiritual. Spiritual is what? It's energy.
Oh, I got another caller coming in. About time. Another caller coming in. And
you know, the thing I love about my race is we the only human beings who get energy from the sun. Just think about that.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is 30 minutes in the sun, and you will become more intelligent. That's crazy, right?
Right. Hold on. New
But
caller.
you catch people out here, people that die from the sun.
New caller. Come on in. Where you calling from, new caller?
Hey, how you doing, Martin?
All right. Where you calling from, sir?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Let me ask you a question before you talk.
Wisconsin.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How did you find out? How did you find me? How did you find out about me? Through Facebook or YouTube?
Man, I've been YouTube, but I've been watching other platforms over the years, and I've been knowing you for a couple of years. I've been following you a couple of years, and I dig everything you're doing, man, especially when you shut that beauty shop down. I've been watching you for years. I just never got a chance to get up with you like I'm able to do now.
Okay.
But, I just wanted to make a point.
Go ahead, brother.
Anytime where, like, say you want to put your money up, you say you got some money, you want to invest your money. They got private prisons called Corrections Corporation of America that's traded on the stock market, New York Stock Exchange. So in order for those businesses to be viable, they need bodies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what do? They put the drill music out there. They put all the crap that they put out here to fill those places up.
Mm-hmm. And they make laws. And they make laws.
In Wisconsin, here in Wisconsin, I don't know if you heard about it. We had a 10-year-old boy killed his mother.
I heard about it.
She didn't give him a virtual reality machine. And they tried to put it out that she had her gun, wasn't secured. She had her gun locked up properly, and she's an advocate for the community. And he went and got the key and unlocked the gun and did what he did. So that's what I just wanted to make a point of.
Man,
if you're a black person and you know that they trading this, they trading you as a human being on the New York Stock Exchange, put those guns down, man. Put them down.
Yep.
Because in order for that to be viable, they need bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And by you saying Michael Jordan, they already said that he's the biggest investor in private prisons. So
well,
that means if
I heard
somebody kill you over some Michael Jordan sneakers, he get paid both ways.
Hold on. I heard that that's not the Michael Jordan. That's a white Michael Jordan. That's what I heard. It's not the black Michael Jordan. That's what I heard. So I just want to throw that out there. That's what I heard. I heard
it's the black one.
Are you sure it's the black one? Because I heard it wasn't the Michael Jordan with the bull.
Yeah, it's the black one.
Well, we're gonna do a little research on it and find out.
Research, man.
And I that's a good question.
We need some proof on that, brother.
The black Michael Jordan or the white one, because I know the black Michael Jordan. He's broke because he liked to gamble a lot, and that was the reason he went to go play baseball back in the days. A lot of people didn't know the true story about that because they was gonna put out the memo that he was a gambleaholic. This man bet millions on games. You know what I'm saying? He wins some, he lose some, and when he lose, he have a fit. But him and Magic Johnson, that's why they put the claim that he had cancer or HIV, whatever that scheme was. But
yeah,
if Michael Jordan did fund it, because I know you can buy stock and bonds into the prison, like for the soap and all that stuff like that, and get good money from it, because a lot of people, they fill them up. You know what I'm saying? You can really come up off investing into the prison. But if he did do that, that man thinking. He's thinking, and it's crazy because he's a face. He's a black face doing this to help the other side to tear down our community. Like, at the end of the night, you sleep comfortable knowing this? I know it hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of our black young people, we all grow up want to be athletes and all this. And then the last thing we think about is becoming a lawyer, a judge, a doctor, something that really matters, you know what I'm saying, in the right position. But to the fact that we don't even know what we got to do to get into that field, to get accepted by them. And there's levels to it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, wow, you got to do a lot of things. Sacrificing is real. Like, it's real.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
All these stories that, these sacrifice, people died, they sacrificed them. Now, that ain't the only thing they got to do. They got to go through some Bill Cosby Act. You know what I'm saying? They got to go through the R. Kelly Act.
Yeah.
It was all planned.
Yeah.
Then once they get you drunk and everything, all off conscious, they got you doing things, they recording you and everything. That's the proof. That's the evidence. That's how Hollywood works.
Yeah.
So what they do, they realize take drugs from Hollywood to keep their sanity, keep them calm, at ease, at peace. They do things they never thought they'd do.
Okay.
Sacrificing
Okay.
homosexual things. Like, whoa.
Hold it, my brother. Hold it. Somebody put up here, says, yes, Michael Jordan did indeed invest in private prison stocks, but not the Michael Jordan who was flying and slamming balls in the hoops. It's the Michael Jordan who is currently the chief administrative officer in Portland, Oregon. So that's what I said. Y'all do some research on that. Do some research on that. Do some research.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah,
man.
do some research on. Cause see, a lot of times, man,
I don't like speaking and I don't know nothing.
Right. I mean, we all do it, but
okay, because
we all do it, but sometimes we have to back up what we say, because a lot of us, we repeat each other. We repeat what CNN say. We repeat what Fox News say. We repeat what the white supremacists say. We believe everything what they say about us, brother. You know, but you know, my thing is, if we're truly a loving people, like we say we are, why do we hate so much on one another? Why do we display bad things in our music? You know, it just we do all sorts of ugly things toward each other. We do that. I just had to throw that in.
As a child, you know, it happens as a child. The bullying, that's where it stems from. You know, and what I'm saying is by this, we got so comfortable in the fact of accepting what other people think about us and how they care about us and how they see us. To the fact that if we ain't pleasing the public and everybody else outside of ourselves, then it's an issue. There's a lot of people out here that look at themselves like, man, I'm ugly. No, you're not. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. They're like they're saying there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Wisconsin. Go ahead.
Hey, let me say this. I'm in transportation. I'm in trucking.
Okay.
And you know how they give you your route sheet for every day. I was standing somewhere, you know, getting ready to get my stuff and get my route sheet and go through my day to day. And they gave this white guy, white truck driver, a route sheet, and he had a company in the black neighborhood in the hood. And he told the boss, man, I'm not going over there. And then he didn't know I was, you know, right in the vicinity and I could hear him. And I walked around and said, man, what you mean you ain't going over there? I said, man, I got a better chance of getting messed up over there than you. What you mean you ain't going, they ain't going to touch you? I mean, I'm the one not going over there. You hear me? I'm just saying. I'm like, they ain't going to mess with you. They not going to mess with you. They going to think you a cop or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we got in our mind. We ain't no other race. They can walk through any black neighborhood and won't get touched. They safe. They act like, oh, what are you scared of? They're not going to mess with you. We as African Americans got more chance of getting murdered or messed up than any other race in this world. Y'all say y'all can walk through any of the baddest neighborhoods and be safe.
Man,
how dare you say that? And then he looked like a fool when I said that. Like, you're right. Hey, he didn't tell me, but he looked at me like, you're right.
Of course, man. They're not
Ain't that something?
man, you know what? I lived on 62nd in Cottage Grove. I lived on 60th Cottage Grove. Man, they did so much shooting over there, right? But the white people always walk through from University of Chicago up to the Red Line, 6th. None of them never got shot, never got grazed or nothing. They walk up and down like, man, this is a beautiful neighborhood, and man, let me just stand out there or something for a little. Somebody might come by and do a drive-by or something. It's just how it is, man. We have been demon possessed for hating each other, man. We have been, our minds have been programmed not to believe, but to believe in each other, man. That's how we are, man. I mean, even me, when I see a bunch of young teenagers. Go ahead, young man.
It's another thing, you know. We know how everybody, we always say God, God, God. A lot of us got to believe in the devil and his 13 angels. That's it. Because everybody plays the devil advocate somehow, some way. Everybody.
Yeah, we're aware of the devil, but I believe more of We aware of the devil, but I'm a believer in God in Jesus' name, and I'm standing on that.
Yes, sir. That's why ain't nobody perfect.
We aware of the devil. We know he out here.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off what Martin said, Martin, what you said, the poor is even in the Bible. The poor is always going to be amongst us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What you do,
and that's why.
And like you said, when this guy, and to piggyback on what you said, my brother, Abuse made that comment. When them athletes and actors and everybody like Oprah and all, they get their money, they can't help us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you always hear Oprah. She had her show in Chicago all them years. And all them failing schools over there, she never able to help none of them, but she go build schools in Africa. She can't do it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
Did you know that Oprah pledged?
Did she what?
Did you know that Oprah pledged? She's in the sorority.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
They got that money.
I got a new caller, guys.
You can't be a billionaire black person without being in that group. You got to be in that group to get that kind of money.
I got a new caller.
You know, Dr. King.
I got a new caller, guys. Hey, guys, I got a new caller. I want to hear what I got a new caller. Come in, new caller.
Okay.
I got a new caller.
Hey, Martin, this your Facebook friend. This your Facebook friend James Washington.
Yeah, go ahead, James Washington.
Community activist out here in North.
Yeah, go ahead. He's the community activist. Go ahead, James.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I agree with y'all saying. We just had a shooting here in North not too long ago, about an hour ago. So it's what you're saying is true because we have white people walk through our neighborhood. They don't get nothing, but that means you walk through, they'll touch us. And like you say about the camera situation, I do Facebook Live all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me to put the camera down, but don't tell the white person to put the camera down. I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, they do me like that, brother.
And this the reason why. The people that come at y'all when y'all filming with y'all cameras actually on the scene and everything is two reasons. You can only feel bad about what y'all doing when y'all doing things that's good with good intentions from behind it. Number one, they're either the suspect or they looking at y'all as if y'all could potentially be telling. That's the only two things I can see. Because how can you get mad at me when I'm doing something that the news people ain't doing?
Well, what about the white man that's standing right there with his big old camera? They don't say nothing to him, walk right past him. Like they don't even see him. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
They already know.
Hey, Mark, could I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
They know he's protected by the police.
Mark, could I say something real quick?
Go ahead, my brother.
Mark, could I say something quick?
Go ahead, Wisconsin.
I've been watching you so long, man. I remember you was out there filming and them young dudes said you was snitching and that. You told them guys, you like, yo, man, I'm part of the hood. Man, I'm from Englewood, wherever you said. Hey, they thought they was going to punk you out, man. Yeah. You went in on them dudes. They thought like you snitching and stuff. Man, you went in on them live uncut, man. I was like, what is that?
Well, I ain't
you didn't stand down. I remember that one, man.
Hey, you can't be no punk
you
doing this type of
that thing you in?
I remember that, man. That happened to me a couple. It don't make me.
Dude, you said, man, I'm brotherhood, man.
What you talking about, man? Yeah. What they think?
Hey, Mark, you went in on them dudes.
Hey, brother, listen. For some reason, I don't know. I just look like this.
Get that one.
Yeah, and listen, I tell him, brother, I said, listen, young brother, this ain't really what you want, brother. I'm coming in peace. I'm trying to do a good deed.
Yeah.
I'm minding my business. I'm filming. I'm respecting the family and everything. Yeah. And I'm watching what I say.
Yeah.
So you ain't got no reason to come at me at all. At all. At all.
Yeah.
At all. So, that's why I told me, anybody, just as much y'all ready to kill, you better be ready to die. It can go either way. I'm telling you, hey, that's what I'm telling you.
Hey, man, I was watching you. I said, man, that's why I subscribed to your channel on YouTube, man. I said, man, this dude is real deal right here. We need more of him. And like you said, it don't take a whole lot. Just enough of us.
Just enough of us. Remember that, people. Remember that. Every black person.
See, Martin doing exactly what my cousin was doing.
Yeah, brother James Washington. It don't take a lot of us.
Yes, sir.
It takes just enough of us.
That's it.
You're a Christian, man.
Yes,
Jesus used 12 disciples to turn the world upside down. Turn the whole world upside down. So
one of them turned on them. One of them turned on them.
Yeah, one of them did turn on them.
Yeah, Judas.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have some of them in there. We're gonna have some of them in the black community as well.
Oh yeah. That go with the program.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna have
That's why we
those.
can't get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody can't come with us, y'all. Everybody cannot come.
Malcolm X said a speech. He said, I know y'all fans in there with the same, he said, I know y'all fans in there with the same skin color I got. Malcolm X used to say that
Y'all
back in the
enemies.
60s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
See,
see.
I'm talking to my enemies, and I know a lot of y'all out here some enemies.
But
Yeah.
we can't be in fear of that. We can't walk in fear. We got to keep moving forward. We got to do something, man.
Exactly.
brother.
Because
See, and that's the thing. We not doing nothing.
I just looked at a study. Blacks spend $1.7 trillion a year.
See.
Females getting their hair weaves.
Listen, but listen to this, brother. Now hold it right there. I don't know how long you've been listening to me. Now, $1.7 trillion. Suppose that's a little bit off, maybe 5 or 3, whatever. Now, lazy people can't have that much money. Lazy people can't have that much money. So if we so lazy, how's we spending $1.7 trillion? Think about it, people. Think about it. If we so lazy, don't want to work, don't want to do nothing, how's we getting all this money? That's not no welfare money.
When they go back to the people who got them stores in our community, they do tax numbers.
No, but what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, brother.
All the black community.
They calling us lazy. We don't want to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't want to work.
Yeah,
See, that's a myth. That's a white supremacist talking point. That's what that is. Black on black crime is a white supremacist talking point. Black on black violence is a white supremacist, because they don't use it for their kind, and we shouldn't use it for ours either. And I tell people, crime don't have no color at all. Now we know certain race of people are normally do certain crimes. You know, we know that. We know that. We know most of the time it's probably not a white person that's coming in the black community doing a drive-by shooting, but it might be the white person that's paying the black brother doing or giving him the guns to do it. So he still got a hand in it. He still got a hand in it. Still got a hand in it.
And that's another thing. That's why a lot of guns loose out here. You got legal people so intimidated and they get extorted just to buy people guns who ain't supposed to have them. I'm like,
Lamont,
y'all can
I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Not cutting you off, bro. My bad. I didn't mean no disrespect. Hey, you in Chicago, is that true? I've been watching different stuff on YouTube and everything, how the guys are saying that they're dropping off crates of guns in them alleys and then letting them gangbangers know where the train's at with the guns on them.
That's true.
Man,
hold on, sir.
Right
hold
there,
on,
man.
Wisconsin. Y'all hold on for a minute. Okay, I got Raw Media in here. Come on, talk to me, Raw Media.
What's up with you, Martin? How you doing, King? What's up?
I'm live, uncut, unedited. Come on, talk to us. It's Raw Media.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yes, man, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. I got a question. I see a lot of people saying that this young lady has been arrested, but we haven't seen any mug shots or anything really confirming that.
I'm with you on that.
How are we confirming that this young lady has been arrested? And furthermore, I'm trying to figure out why we are not bringing to the table the conversation of taking responsibility for our community on our own. When a black woman stands up to kind of speak what I'm speaking and saying, taking acceptance for our community, I find I get muted a lot. People really don't want to hear that because they still looking for this ghost that is supposed to be plaguing and causing our downfall. But it's us causing our downfall. It wasn't white friends with this young lady that went on the trip and killed her. These are black men and women that went on this trip and killed her. And I'm just wondering, when are we going to start addressing the violence that we are committing against ourselves from this self-hatred that we have?
Let me say something,
not admitting to.
I'm not cutting you off. I just want to say something. Now, we need to congratulate social media, because they really got on top of the Shanquilla Robinson. We even myself, you know, even myself and a lot of bloggers and internet YouTubers and things like that. We kept this thing alive. Actually, this thing could have been water under the bridge if it had not been for the different social media sites and people pushing on it and the video, everybody sharing the video, everybody talking about the video. So that's a start, sister. So that's a start. That's a start. And it might not be completed, but it's a start. So it's a start in the right direction. Let me just say that, because we know was no white people on that. It was no white people on that trip. It was all brothers and sisters that looked like you and I. But it was a start. Everybody saying it was wrong, and a lot of people sharing it on their social media page. We didn't have to do that. I'm not from North Carolina. I'm not from Mexico. I didn't have to touch it, but I did. I introduced it to my platform. I talked about it. I dedicated time to talk about this case. So it's a start, sister. So we starting. Just give us a little credit. Don't just come super down hard on us, but it's a start. That's all I wanted to say.
You always tell me that, Mark. You always say I'm super hard, but I'm coming from reality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm tired of us really just soft pedal chewing over taking responsibility, you know, and they ain't gonna take up no more time of your time. But I just really think we need to have real discussions that we're not feeling like we're attacking each other, but we're trying to really present the whole truth about it's us holding us back. You know, it's really on the upper echelon end. You got the educated brothers and sisters who really not reaching back for the uneducated, but may have some sense. If they had some direction, they're not like these fraternities and shit.
Can I say something?
In these communities.
Can I say something,
yes,
sister?
Sir.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Listen, and I want to help you out. No disrespect. When you speak, when you speak on the Black community, okay.
Yes, sir.
It ain't all bad, okay? It ain't all bad. So we don't want to put all that in the atmosphere. So don't get me wrong. We're living in a system that's been established for about 500 years. And we only are pawns in it. Okay, I just want to let you know that thing. We don't run or control.
You know, I know that.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Not making no excuse for certain behaviors and things like that. I'm not taking up for no criminals, but some things are by design. They engineered to push us to hate each other.
Facts.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay, Martin, but look at what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
You saying what I know. I agree with you about that. But this is my point. When are we gonna stop saying this boogeyman and this systematic is doing this and that and condition this?
It has.
So we're doing it to ourselves.
Listen, sister.
So-called friends, right?
Sister.
Yes, sir.
Just follow me. Just listen to me, okay? If you take two lions, if you put two lions in the cage and don't feed them,
yes, sir.
What do you think is going to happen? I'm asking you the question, Raw Media.
They're going to eat each other up.
Okay, now, hold it right there.
They're going to eat each other.
Hold it right there. Look at the Black communities and look at the white communities. Now,
I'm from it.
Okay, all right then. Listen.
I'm from the West Inglewood.
Listen. In our communities, they are plagued with gangs, drugs, guns, prostitution, overly aggressive police officers. How can we, and failing schools and crooked politicians, how can we win if we don't change the narrative? Okay. That's all I'm saying. These things are engineered,
sister. Let me tell you this, Mark. Let me speak on this. I'm a parent. I was a single parent, raised 3 children, 63rd and Western, 57th and Carpenter, and ain't none of my children been inside of the prison. Ain't none of them shot, thank the Lord, by the police. And I was gang affiliated and all that you talking about, brother. But this is what I'm saying. just because you're a part of that environment, I'm a living example. You don't have to be of that environment or turn out like that.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I'm a leader.
Let me ask you a
Yes,
question.
sir.
How did you become in the game? How did you start in the game? Why did you join the game?
Because it was cool.
Because it was cool.
Because my boyfriends, I chose boyfriends that was in gangs. So as a girlfriend and a young mind, I thought the shit was cool. And because in the environment, if you play that role that you ain't a part of something, you vicariously become a part of something.
Hold it right there. Hold it. Hold it right there. That's what's going on now, sister. That's what's going on. You answered your own question. Sister, you just answered your own question.
Ask me how I came out of it, Mark.
Hold on.
Ask me how I came out of it.
No. I asked you a question. Why did you join the gang? That's what I asked you. So the same thing. Hold on.
How I came out of it.
Hold on now. The same thing that you point the finger at a lot of these other young people, they face the same peer pressure that you face it. They live in these communities, they trying to fit in because they're scared. It's the same thing. It's the time. Listen, it's a different day, but a different time. It's the same thing. Now you can tell me, how did you get out of it? Now you can tell me that. So don't come down hard on these young people and they're fighting the same elements that you fight. Go ahead, sister.
No, don't say I'm coming down hard, Brother Martin. Don't say because I'm coming with reality, what I had to deal with.
Can I say something?
After them prison cells got the closing on me for calling my being cool and down with the crowd and this and that. When them doors closed on me, I couldn't call no person on the street that was affiliated with me and get any help. So I decided.
And they can't do it now. And them guys that getting locked up can't do it now.
Exactly.
It's the same thing going on.
They got some people that they lean on out here though.
There was a self-evaluation. That's what it came from. You had to first take a self-evaluation. Just like my situation was, all them young brothers and sisters have the strength to do the same thing I did and anybody else.
How do you know that though? How do you know they got the strength that you have? How do you know they have the strength that you have? We got a lot of mental. Hey, can I say something? There's a lot of mental illness going on out here. These guys are in jail and all that, don't have insurance. They undiagnosed. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the black community. You can't just yell and scream, we should be doing this and doing that. Maybe you had the strength to do that. Everybody don't got the same thing you got.
Down and not yell then, because I'm not trying to yell or be perceived as yelling.
I'm not yelling at you. I just got a raspy, deep voice. I got a deep voice. I'm not yelling at you.
Somebody said I was
yelling.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How often are you around your children?
How often? Well, my children are grown now, so they live in their own
when they was growing up in when they was growing up in the rough areas, because I know you said 57 Carpenter, I know about West Inglewood, because I was from 57 in Plano, and I know how rough it is over there. But how often were you around your children? Like, I know you didn't have a leash on them where they couldn't go outside and stuff like that. I know you let them go outside and explore and things like that, to the point that I know that the reason why they're not the way they is and haven't been down the road, because similar to the ways how I was. But that's why I come to the question and say, how often were you around your children?
I was around my children every day, and I'm the first to admit I wasn't the best role model for my children growing up because I was affiliated as a gang member. So my children know about GD, BD, CBL, Oswell, Blackstones. They know about gang life. I'm from a mob family, you might as well say. So
you educated them.
Example, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Even being a bad example at the time I was, my children, by the grace of God, nothing to do with just solely me, but by the grace of God, and because, like I said, I wasn't so lost and so gone and wasn't raised in that way that from my parents, they were professional parents, but happened to live in what they call the ghetto. But what I'm saying is I wasn't a good example. So I can't say that my kids wasn't going to be involved in no gang because I promoted that in my household, raising them. Right. I'm the first to admit that. And many other parents are doing this out here. But we
Right,
are
you-
But like Mark said, you
accountability.
answered your own question. You answered your own
Right.
question. Like
and
Mark
that's the thing.
said,
You answered-
can I say something to piggyback
Go
on
ahead,
what Mark said? When you put two lions in the cage, what they did in Chicago when Mayor Daley built all them projects and then tore them down,
Yeah.
what they do? They call them projects.
got us around.
What did you do in the science? When you was in school, what they do? This is a science project, a project, right?
Yeah.
You got to work on this
Project,
project. They called it, it's right there in your face. Project.
But when they
Project.
made that project, and you
Listen,
go back
can I
in
finish?
time, brother, when they was built,
You
thought
are a
they
project.
was
You are a science project.
Yes, but what I'm
No,
saying
you black, you a science project to the white people.
See, the
No,
part
you
the-
a science
the-
project.
the
Yes,
part
you
of
are.
more, see, this,
so
see,
I'm
man,
not a
when they,
project, brother.
when they
We
built
shouldn't
the
have to
project
yell
up,
back
the
and
project
forth.
was
Let's
built
have a
up,
dialogue.
the projects was built up in the 50s.
But when you went to school, what they say you
when the 50 came through, we
Mark,
seen the
hold
when
on.
you went to school,
Go ahead,
Right.
brother. Hold on, y'all.
okay,
Hold on. One
Mark,
person
when you
talking
in
time.
school, what they used to say, Martin,
Yeah,
when
I'm
you
here.
in school, when you had to go home and say, Mom, I got a science project, what they call where black people lived in all them buildings, projects, or anywhere in the United States, or this in any low-income housing authority situation, it's called the projects.
Can I
Because
ask
you
you
a
a question,
project.
brother? Can I ask you a question, brother?
They throw it right in our face and we don't see it.
Can
Wow.
I ask you a question, brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is my question. When the projects, as you say, is a project, were first built, they were looked at as like the North Side living. They was beautiful. The community was clean. Folks was low income but working, and all of this, and it was not crime as it changed.
Yeah, but guess what Martin just said? Hey, hold on.
They was together.
Let me, can I say something?
Go ahead,
She asked me the question.
Go ahead,
Now I'm
Wisconsin.
picking back on Martin said. Yeah, they built it up so beautiful. They built it up so beautiful, and then they took all the resources out and all the food. So then what you gonna have? You gonna attack each other. Thank
But
you.
they never did that,
We
brother. So
supporting
that's
each
a
other.
false narrative. They didn't take the
They
resources
did, man.
out of
They
the
left
project.
a lot of us in the food
Yes,
desert.
they did,
left a lot of us
man.
in the food desert. That's why we came up with chokes.
Thank
They
you,
had
man.
food that we had twice.
You can go in the corner store and get Cheetos with ground beef in it and cheese. Ain't no fruits and vegetables. You go in the corner store, they'll give you some Cheetos with ground beef and put cheese on it.
And then we did the project, man.
Basically,
From the candy
what
houses.
y'all
We had candy houses.
still gonna go
You
in
feel
the
me?
same
We
mode
had candy
and
houses.
continuing to
Provided
make
for
it
each other.
beautiful.
Hey, y'all, hold on.
You know.
Everybody, hold
And
up for a
then,
minute.
and then we
Martin,
just
she answered her own question. That's the thing.
Hallelujah.
and rats.
Y'all cut
You know
us.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
we got to bring
Thank
order back.
These old people live amongst
and
roaches and
shame
rats.
the devil.
Everybody can't talk at the same
Overpopulated.
time, y'all.
Uncut.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna have to mute y'all. I'm gonna have to mute y'all now. Just slow
Thank
down.
you.
Slow down now. Slow down. Just slow down. Let's get some order back in the house now. I want to hear
Not me,
everybody.
man. I'm good, bro.
Okay,
Come on.
I listen. I want to
All right.
hear everybody. I got another caller just came in too. So Raw Media, hold on. Just
Okay,
for
mute.
Raw Media, I want to say some Raw Media. Don't take everything as offense. Just listen to what's being said. You know, that's all I'm asking you. Listen, I understand how you feel.
Brother.
Okay. All right.
I got you.
I got the new caller calling in 0941. New caller, where you calling from? He should be coming in now. I want to hear what the new caller, because the new
This
caller.
Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Come on, talk to us. What you want to talk about?
I heard something. I know I'm kind of late
Marcus.
on it, but
Okay, come on,
the
Marcus.
project.
Right. Come on, talk. Hey, listen, people.
Project
Go
was
ahead.
indeed a project. The project was indeed a project, and when it was over with, they tore them down, and then they just elevated the projects into our neighborhoods like Inglewood. Inglewood already had a gang problem. Let me say it like this. I'm not calling black people roaches. I'm from Inglewood. I'm Inglewood all the way. But you take a group of roaches from another area and put them in another house, them other roaches are finna fight. Or you take a group of rats and put them in another house, the other rats that's already in that house is finna duke it out. It's finna be a war. It's finna be an all-out bloodbath. Mayor Daley Jr. is what I'm gonna call him. His father built the project. His son tore them down and flooded these black communities. with other problems. He didn't deal with problems that already existed. He flooded them. That's the plan. And now they got us killing each other. And yes, we do need.
They got us killing each other, huh?
Yeah, they got us killing.
It's the mindset, ma'am. It's the mindset, ma'am.
Their policy.
It's because how they got us to the man.
Hold on, brother. Let the man talk.
So we
let him talk,
take responsibility for our own. That's all.
Hey, can we let him talk, please?
Let me finish. I listen to you. Let me finish.
Yes, sir.
Let the
I'm
brother
not
talk.
saying that we don't have to. I'm not saying that we shouldn't take responsibility for our own actions, but there's a cause and an effect. Black
Yes, sir.
people didn't just start killing each other overnight.
Nope.
Now I'll let
Nope.
you talk. And
When are we going to take responsibility or even ask accountability from our own people?
Hey,
that
no,
do
hey.
shit? They built the problem.
Wisconsin.
When we get
Can I
an
say one more thing?
equal playing field, when we get an equal playing field,
You ain't gonna never
when we
get
get an equal playing, can I talk?
Mm-hmm.
When we get an equal playing field, let's see who can win and who can't win. I guarantee you, blacks gonna win.
How
Give
you
us
gonna
an
get
equal
an equal
playing field.
playing field? How you gonna get to an equal playing field?
Well, let's ask you that question, since you know it all. We not worried about no politicians. No, we not worried about us, like you said. We get an equal playing field. You give black people the same money as you give white people, and let's see who rise. You give black people the same opportunities and the same money and no racism and nothing, let's see who take over.
Well,
Let's
you
do it like that.
listen
Like you
to
say,
very
like
well,
in the
but
Olympics.
that ain't gonna never happen. It takes
Well,
us
what
to
you
make
talking
it
about,
to
Dick?
that point.
Well, I'm answering your question. You answered your own question by yourself. If they give us equal playing field like the Olympics, march, get set, ready, go, whoever win the race, they won. Let's get it like that. And then we will win.
You
I
just
guarantee
answered
you.
your own question. If they give us, that's
No,
the whole mindset,
give us the
brother.
equal
They
playing
gave
field. We don't have it.
They gave us nothing.
We don't
else.
press people.
All
They're
right.
giving us everything to do to kill each other.
We were talking about solutions though. You know what I'm saying? We already know about the problems and everything. We done with the problem. We talking about
Right.
these solutions.
Right.
The
You know,
solution is that. Give us
Right
equal
now,
playing field. Give us
kinda
equal
hard.
playing field.
Let me just say this, my
Give
brother.
us equal playing field.
Y'all, hold on. Let me say something.
Let us be able to get us a $300,000-$400,000 house
Okay, let
in
me say something.
Franklin, Illinois, and all them places, Northfield.
we all need to stop trying to overtalk each other and listen to each other.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, that's all let's get
Now
some.
we can say March, give everybody the same. Martin, if they give everybody the same equal playing field, say March, get ready, set, go. I bet you black people win. But we don't have it. We don't press people. So we got to do the extra stuff. When you get done, you a gangbanger. Okay. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, we've been impressed if they dropping guns off in the alleys in the middle of the night, and then these guys walk up like, yo, it's a whole crate of guns. Oh, man, we finna have the whole hood on fire. What? Oh, it's a certain train over here. Right there, it's loaded with guns. It's right there.
Okay.
Oh, the
Okay.
gate open. What?
Hold
Oh,
that
we
thought.
should go get them.
Hold that
You
thought.
hear me?
Hold it. I got calls coming in.
That
Okay.
ain't right, man.
Listen, brother.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this. Let me say this before I let the next caller come in. One day I was listening to the scandal. It was about 3 years ago. I never forget. I was staying on 68th and Emerald, and it was like early in the day. It was a call that came in and said that it was a crate of guns in the alley. And then a caller called back in again. This is God my witness. I ain't got to lie about. In the next alley, it was a crate full of ammunition. It was a crate full of ammunition. So what I'm saying is, people, guns aren't made, my dear sister, in Inglewood. They're not made in Inglewood. The cocaine, the fentanyl, and all that, the gummy pills is not. Somebody ain't got their phone, turned their Facebook down. Somebody had turned their Facebook down. I ask y'all to do that.
Mine.
Turn your Facebook down. So we want okay.
I'm
there
not
it is.
even on Facebook.
Okay, whatever. Now, but that's my point. So, sister, it ain't that, like I told you, it was a start. That Shanquilla Robinson. everybody got out to them 6 people that did that. It's a start, sister. Some people, listen, it's a lot of things going on that you don't know about. Trust me. It's a lot of crimes that are being, not enough, but it's some that's being solved through people. Who you think called 911? The police?
I didn't deny that, Martin.
No, I know you didn't deny that. But
no,
I ain't got you wrong.
That we ain't done nothing.
No, but you saying when are we gonna tell you something? You said when are we? And I'm trying to tell you, we taking responsibility. You got some parents that's turning their own children in, that did a carjacking, that did a murder.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that's responsibility, sister.
Yep.
I ain't mad at them for that.
Yeah, that's a responsibility because you don't
And
see it on the news.
And that's y'all generation, you know what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah. Hold on, brother. Because you don't see it on the news, that don't mean it's not happening. See, we wait to see things. Listen, because you don't see a person having sex, that don't mean they're not having sex. Let me just use that example. Because you don't see it or because you don't believe it, that don't mean it don't exist. It ain't right. So listen. The news.
Okay, Martin, let me just say this one part right here. Check this out. The brother that said, if they give us, that's the wrong, and he said we're an oppressed people. Okay, if you think you oppressed, you're gonna be oppressed.
Oh, sister, come on.
That's the wrong mindset.
Come on, sister. Come on now, sister.
Oh, you got it all
Come on,
wrong.
sister.
You misunderstood.
Come on,
We
sister.
came, our ancestors are slaves. How you think we ain't oppressed? We came over here, our ancestors are slaves.
Hey, y'all, hold on.
Go to Mississippi then. Can I say something? Go to Mississippi. I'm a soldier. Go to Mississippi. They still calling you boy over there. I went in and fucked out in Mississippi. And what can I do there for you, boy? I'm looking at that white dude. And I said, let me set up. Mississippi is not part of the United States. Let me set up. But, his cousin going to be the judge. And his uncle going to be the sheriff. They're going to hang me on the tree out here somewhere. So I set my mind.
Nephew, the lawyer.
We are oppressed people.
I'm looking for the mindset to change that you thinking.
I don't know where you come from. You don't sound like.
Give us an even playing field. They ain't gave us shit
You
in
know,
over 400 years.
Where we gonna get it from? Where we gonna get it from?
Exactly. You gotta do you, brother. You gotta be one to provide, to give back. That's what you gotta do.
Okay.
Okay, y'all.
They want us to work our tail off and accept crumbs.
Okay,
They're not giving us nothing.
I got some new people on the line. I want
What planet are you from, black woman?
Listen,
May I
y'all.
intervene?
Yeah,
Keep
come
me
on,
on,
sister.
man.
I need everybody to be quiet. I got a couple of callers on. Come on, go ahead, my sister. Go ahead.
Crime is happening anywhere. Did you just see where that young 10-year-old boy just killed his mom over a gang? So crime is
I'm
definitely.
in there, West. Yes.
Crime is happening everywhere, and just how the brother said, it's a cause and effect to everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And it's accountability to everything too. You do the crime, you do the time.
Hold on, sister. Hold on.
My point is that.
Yeah, but that dude was 10 years old.
Y'all, hold
10
on.
years old.
Hold on. I got one more caller. I got a caller that I haven't heard from. 0234. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me, caller.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I wanted to say, it's okay. I wanted to say, well, I had something original to say, but then the conversation changed.
But you can talk. It's open platform. It's an open platform. You can say something. You can make two statements if you want to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. On behalf of the sister who said that it's a mindset, I think that y'all are misinterpreting what she's saying. I think what she's saying is that if you believe something, it can happen. We've heard that, all our life. If you believe in something strong enough that you can actually make things happen just by believing that it can happen. The truth of the matter is that there are Black people who have no concept of the ghetto. They have no concept of the hood. They don't have those types of thoughts. They don't believe that they're oppressed. Then you have people that came from the hood and they stopped their way of thinking. And they got out of it because they stopped believing that it doesn't mean that the system isn't real. It doesn't mean that the system isn't real. It just means that it's a hurdle and there are some Black people who mentally jumped over it and some who didn't. So,
Thank you.
you know, if you wake up every day, believe it, I'm not gonna live to see 21. You know, that's a very grim way to believe, and a lot of those who did believe that didn't make it to 21.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
think
Hold it, people. Hold it. Let it talk. Let it talk.
One more time.
Let it talk. No, sister. Okay. Go ahead,
that-
sister.
That's the one thing I was gonna say, because that's why I had told you when I called in, my 16-year-old, I kept her away from the mainstream things that people in the hood think, because I didn't want those ideas to be planted in her head either. You know,
Thank you.
I have to tell teachers, you can't give my daughter certain assignments. You know, I didn't want my daughter to learn critical race theory. And people are like, why? When critical race theory is talking about racism, I'm like, my daughter sees racism every day. She hears the stories every day. She hears it from her parents. She hears it from her family. She see it herself. So if this is something she already living, I don't need that to be drilled into her head everywhere she goes, because if she's constantly thinking 24 hours, 7 days a week, that because of the color of my skin, I ain't gonna make it, eventually she's gonna start believing that, because it's constantly in her mind. I want to put something different. I want her to know, yeah, this stuff is real and it exists, but you can overcome. Yeah, I don't want to keep putting the slave story in her head. I want to put the Nat Turners in her head. I want to put the stories where Harriet Tubman, the stories where people fought back. Those are the stories I want planted in her head. I don't want the hangings and all of that. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to tell those things, but I'm not going to let that get so drilled in her head that she becomes programmed by it. And I think that's what the sister was trying to say.
Okay, let me just say
that
this.
Was that.
Hold it, y'all.
Go ahead.
Hold it. First of all,
about the project.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just say this. I'm gonna let you talk. Let me just say this. And it go for all of y'all sisters and brothers. I love every last one of you guys. Because you throw something out of your mind.
Brother. Yes, sir.
Because you throw something out of your mind, because you don't think about it in your mind, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Listen, we living in 2022. There's a system that's in place. You know, now I said it the other day. That don't mean because we're living under white supremacists that you can't get a job, that you can't buy a house, that you can't open up business. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm not saying. See, a lot of people, when they talk like that, they figure you can't be white boy, gonna let you have they'll let you have some things, but it's limited. It's limited. They will let you live, have a job, go to school, get in. They will allow you to do that. Okay, they will allow you. As long as we have individual success, that's not a threat to this system. Okay, when we start thinking as a race and as a group and doing these things as a collective body,
that's when it gets dangerous.
That's when it gets dangerous. That's when it's dangerous. Now it's okay for this one over here to be a lawyer, a doctor. She's standing in the corner all by herself. We can get rid of her anytime we want to. But when you got 10,000 doctors, black doctors and lawyers, going strong, that's a threat. Remember, anytime that you go against the grain, you are a threat to this very system. There is a system in place. And the system, I interviewed a white man on here. They did not bring black people over here to be lawyers, doctors, and homeowners and all that stuff at all. Unfortunately, we are that now. We are that now. We're able to be that. That's all I'm saying. So people don't let us psych our mind out and like this stuff don't exist. And like the brother said earlier, there is a cause and there's an effect. Trust me. Some people
I need no more for you, Marty.
Brother Mark, can I chime in and say something real quick? Now, you just mentioned there's a cause and an effect, right?
Yes.
So when I say we need to do better, I'm not saying the things that we have done and are doing don't count. What I'm saying is we have to do much better. Now, here's an example.
Explain yourself. Hold on, I'm gonna let you explain yourself because you talk in general. Then when I come down on you, like I'm attacking you. Explain yourself. Explain when you say we.
Okay, check this out. We black people, generations, this hip hop, black folks. Okay?
Tell us.
So now hold on, let me make my point.
Tell us.
You got a whole community in a way in Chicago and in Memphis putting up murals of entertainers that speak about nothing but death, disrespect of black women, and killing one another. And they got murals for King Von, for Dolph. Now, why would we allow, as elders of the black community, say these ain't no Sojourner Truth, these ain't no Martin Luther King Jr.'s? What they
I'm from Memphis too. My dad lived in Memphis, and my granddaddy Martin King.
Let her finish.
Can I finish?
Steve Curry Sr. was a garbage worker in Memphis.
Let her finish her point.
I know the Rainbow Coalition.
Ain't got no picture of your
I can call Jesse Jackson right now. I can call Jesse Jackson right now. I'm calling Jesse Jackson on you right now.
Wisconsin.
Can I say
I just
something
wake
real
him
quick,
up.
y'all?
Now see how you cut me out.
Y'all got
I didn't even cut you up with that.
Hold
But
on,
I'm
y'all.
saying,
Hold it. Y'all gotta let the sister
in
talk.
Memphis, he was helping the community.
Hey, y'all. Hold on.
Live.
Hold on, y'all.
Giving some turkeys is not helping the community.
Hold on.
No,
Sister.
he was doing more than that.
Brother.
He was helping
Hey, hold on. We gotta let the sister talk.
Go ahead. I got you, Mark.
Let the sister talk. Let her talk. Let her talk. Please let her talk. Please.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sister.
I got you, Mark. I don't know
Once again, this music and giving away turkeys and helping a few of the guys out is not helping the community. Helping the community would have been to make music that is not deaf. And speaking of death, so when these brothers talk about killing they own and this and that, and they end up dead, in my book, that ain't no honor. We don't need to honor them. We need to honor them brothers, like you said, that's working these jobs, that's legitimate out here, out here really helping the kids turn their life around through different programs like boxing or after school, whatever they teach them, how to fish, how to fix cars, how to have a trade. Them brothers ain't celebrated, but we continue to celebrate the guys that talk, like I said, disrespect our women, black women to be specific, and disrespect their own brothers in the community. So if we keep on perpetuating
now, you know what that, hey, Mark, I hear what she's saying. Can I say something now?
Go ahead and talk. Okay, be quiet,
the
Raw Media.
problem stems from fatherless kids. The men in the community need to raise up. You lay in the bed with that woman, and you have a baby, you're not married to her. You fornicating. Read your Bible. You not married to that woman, you have a baby. Hey, hold up. Let me talk.
Sister, let the brother talk.
Let me talk.
Let the brother talk, sister. Let the brother talk.
It starts with the home. These men got to stand up and be men and not these girls. They turning the men into girls and the women into men. That's why you yelling and screaming like you are, because you acting like a man. With your aggression.
Hormones in our food.
All that.
Hormones in the
I'm
food.
just telling you like it is. What vibe I get off you? I'm getting that vibe off you.
Sister.
So if you ain't got no men in your life,
sister,
the men need to stand up.
Let him talk.
They
Baby,
got
listen.
these fatherless
Hold on.
babies.
Hold on.
These niggas over there, hey girl, what up?
Yeah, hold on.
Anything to get in the thing. Oh girl, you got a fat booty. Let me hit that. And then when she get pregnant, she be like, I'm pregnant. And then the dude be like, by who? What? You the one I was laying there with. What you mean by who? And then you got all these kids out there, no direction, no guidance. I'm just telling you. And then piggybacking on what the other sister said, drilling. She kept saying drilling into their head. Listen to, what's the name of the music out here? The drill music.
We oppressed.
They drilling it into your brain. They just told us about the project. Now they drilling it into your brain. You're done. We drilling it into you now. We drilling it into you with the drill music. We gave y'all the project.
You're right.
Now we drilling it into you.
Okay, brother.
They
Hold
put
it.
it right in our face so we don't
Y'all hold it.
We
Y'all
want to argue with each other for no reason.
Hold it, y'all.
They're driving it home, and that was
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Go. No,
you.
that's a ma'am. Come on, sister.
Put it right in our face.
Come on,
we don't
sister.
see it. But
340234. Go ahead, my sister. Go ahead. It's only two sisters on it. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
The second point that I wanted to make, I wanted to double back on because y'all was talking about the project. Y'all was having the debate on the thing and about the science thing, and I just wanted to say, they already, you know what I'm saying, it already got exposed. The project was based on a lab experiment, so it was a science experiment. What they did was they made these models and they put the rats in there, and they monitored them, and they stacked them on top of each other just like the way the projects were. And they found that the rats either killed each other or they went insane. So they did put poor people in the projects in order to specifically the minority races, so that we can either kill ourselves or go crazy. Now, speaking as a person who was born and raised and come out of the project, what happened was it did not have the effect that they thought. The project experiment actually turned around and backfired on them. And what happened was, for every Black person that got killed in the projects, 5 or 10 more was born. So
thank you.
So the experiment worked only in the sense that some people did kill each other, some people did crack up and go crazy and become, horrible people in society. But for that amount of people, when you're talking about you got that many people stacked on top of each other, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have the ones that are successful. You're going to have the ones that are going to adapt to their environment. Now, the proof that it backfired on them was because when they went on that mission to tear them down, the projects was one of the safest, and the people who judge the projects are the people who didn't live there. The people who lived in the projects knew what was going on. You have more children missing out of the projects have been torn down. You have more gang violence, there are more bodies now that the projects have been torn down. And that was because, what they did was the gangs were relegated to buildings. Also, back in with the projects, there was rules to the gangs, meaning that everybody, mama had to go out to work, and their daddies and sisters and brothers had to go to school. So unlike what we got right here on the street, where when they tore the house, the buildings down, they brought everybody down to one level. When you got these big old buildings and you got people coming out of it, they wanted to make sure that when they had gang wars, even when they had shooting, they would stop in the morning when kids go to school and people were going to work, and then they would shoot while they were working at school, and then there would be a ceasefire.
Going to school and they were on the roof. What happened then?
Hey, can you not cut her off and let her speak? Can you let her speak? We let you speak, man. Stop.
Let the sister speak.
Please calm down.
I'll rebuttal to that if I know exactly who you're speaking of in particular, but I'm just talking about the overall. So I'm not saying that there was no casualties. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the body count was smaller. So, and then the gangs had rules. So they would stop shooting at a certain amount of times, and they would tell everybody, look, we at war, get off the street. So now when you got projects like this and you got 1 or 2 schools that all the kids go to, what that means is that from 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, you got hundreds of kids all walking to school together. That's nothing but a big safety net. Kids weren't coming up missing like that going to school because you got hundreds of children walking to school at the same time. Parents actually, other kids would knock on your door to pick up your kids to go to school. Some parents did. You always got parents that did. But you didn't have to walk your kids to school because you got 15, and some of them go as high as 15 floors. So you got 15 floors of kids going to school, and you got the older kids grabbing the younger kids. So at the end of the day, the projects was more safer. And I'm going to tell you something else too. What put the icing on the cake was this. The projects was the one place where the police had absolutely no control. What that means is that if the police ran up in the projects, they could not find who they was looking for because you got all of these floors where the people could run to. So what that means is that when they were running the projects, they would have to actually go to the city and they would have to get up the funds. They would have to pull police from all police stations to do a sting in order to send people into one building. So therefore, the community surrounding the projects had all of the power. There was another thing too. Bodies were in the projects. I ain't talking about on the regular streets. I'm talking about in the projects. Police
Don't cut off. Don't cut off. Let her talk. Go ahead.
Hey, not cutting you up. You remember the Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, baby.
Let her talk, brother. Let her
Go
talk.
ahead,
I just
man.
wanted to say so I just wanted to say
My bad, Martin, man. My
Okay.
bad. I wanted to say something, though.
Yeah. Okay.
the project
My bad.
was started as a
Go
lab
ahead.
experiment, but it reversed itself and it slapped them in the face and it wind up actually multiplying us more than it harmed us. And once they realized that, that's when they said we got to start tearing them down, because they knew that if they tore them down, the power. And I'm talking about the ghetto. Because you got everybody black ain't poor. So I'm talking about in the hood. The projects was the foundation of the power that you can come in here, but you basically they had no the authorities had no control. So that's why they tore them down. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I said, as somebody who came out the project, it's a whole lot worse out here on these streets since they tore the project down.
Okay. Hold it right there,
Yes,
sister. Hold it right there.
And guess
Marcus,
what?
hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Marcus, go ahead, Marcus. I think you're still on the line. Marcus, you still on here?
Yeah, I'm on.
Go
the
ahead,
line.
Marcus. Talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, Marcus. Start talking.
I want to go back. I want to piggyback on what she said, because I used to live. I never lived in the project, but I lived on 58th and Normal, which was right, literally next door to the projects. And that part about them warning the kids that they was finna be at war, that is true. That went beyond the projects. If you were near the projects, the gangs warned you. The gangs were a little bit different than what they are today. They warned you
Yeah.
they were going to go to war. They knocked on your door. They told you, the parents, look, don't let the kids be in the window. We finna shoot. They literally said, we finna shoot it out right here. Get your kids out the window. Get down at a certain time. This wasn't just in the projects. This was in some of the buildings. I lived in a couple of buildings. Not no project buildings, but apartment buildings.
The row houses.
And this went
The row houses.
The
in
walk-ups.
Inglewood. This went on in Inglewood too. And another thing is we gotta listen to each other. We gotta listen to each other. In order to solve this problem, we have got to slow down and listen to each other. We may not agree with everything one is saying, but we have got to listen to each other. The drill music, somebody said something about the kids listening to this drill music. This is what the kids want to listen to. The parents got to step up and educate their kids. I grew up listening to NWA, but I didn't go out there and do no drive-by. But when my mother found out, she heard the music, she was like, boy, I ain't giving you no money to buy that crap. That's what life is about. And as far as people idolize and bond, these kids, those are their heroes. We got to show them something better, because right now they're seeing the police come in the neighborhood, crack people upside the head, even innocent people. These kids see innocent people get attacked by the police, and the black community ain't doing nothing but videotaping it and marching around the block saying free them all and justice for so and so. Jason Van Dyke should still
And guess what? Martin Luther, hey, I'm not cutting you off. Martin Luther King even said he done march before he died.
Yeah.
I'm done with this march and stuff.
Okay.
We gotta get something done.
Because they
All right, listen.
Martin Luther King.
This house gonna go down,
Now,
people.
my granddad marched
hold
with
on,
Martin
brother.
Luther King, and every time I go to Memphis,
My brother, hold it. That we finna get ready to close. I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute.
I got you.
I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute. 1 minute to talk. I'm gonna mute everybody, and the only person that's gonna be talking is the one that's not muted. So I'm gonna start at the top. And just give each. I'm gonna mute everybody except the person that's supposed to be talking. So you still can hear the conversation, because I don't want nobody cutting nobody off, man. Give y'all 1 minute and we're gonna close up out of here. We've been on here for 2 hours. I'm finna mute everybody. So okay. 1514, you can go ahead and talk. Go ahead. It's on you.
Yeah,
Go
the
ahead.
thing I was going to say about the projects, you
got a minute, brother. You got a minute.
Generating money within each other.
Brother, hold on, brother. You got a minute to say what you. That's it. I'm cutting it off. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. You got a minute. I'm giving everybody a minute. And I'm out of here.
We were generating money within each other. Everybody was spending money amongst each other, and when the police came, they had to come deep. That's how much protection and shelter we had. And to go back on piggyback what they said, go look at Hardball before G-Baby got killed. Prime example right there. I'm done. I'm out. Y'all enjoy yourself. It's Paul D. Boss. I'll be on the next live.
Appreciate you. All right. All right, caller. I just unmuted. Wisconsin. Come on, brother. You got your minute. Come on, brother.
Hey, Father God, I come humbly and boldly before your throne. before your throne of grace and mercy. I ask you to give us a peace, give us a mindset. I'm asking you to send your warring angels to protect us as a people. Father God, put your covering over us everywhere we go, our comings and our goings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. God bless you, brother. I'm going to the next one. All right. All right. Raw Media, you got 1 minute. Come on, sister.
I want to first thank you, Martin, for having a platform to allow us to come together. But I also want to wrap it up by saying we must not have these name callings and being grown men. We must respect our women. We have to come together and take accountability, which we are not having. The same thing that I said when I first started out, it always happens. When it comes to talking about accountability of us doing for us and bettering us, it's always a spinoff. We can't keep on idolizing these celebrities, allowing our children to idolize them and our own selves to idolize them. We got to live a real life out here. And that real life consists of honoring God first and taking care and being responsible parents to our children. And that's how I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you
Love
so
you,
much.
blessings, and peace.
Peace. Thank you. Okay, I'll take this Marcus. Go. This 0941. Come on, talk to us. You got 1 minute.
So basically what I want to say, I'm going to end this by saying to the black parents, be a parent to your kid. You can be both, actually. You can be a friend and a parent. And that might sound crazy, but be a parent to your kid. Be there for your kids. These kids need somebody that's going to listen to them. You can send them to the coaches and the teachers and all of that. They're not their parents. You're their parent. You're the first person they ever saw. You're the first lesson they will ever learn. Be careful of the music that you play around your kids, what you do around your kids, because they're recording you. Another thing, black single mothers, you can teach your son to be a man. Just trust God, put God first, and let God do the rest. And to my black community, we may be oppressed, but we can rise above oppression. We have done it, and we can continue to do it. Our time is coming. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Marcus. Good night. Good night.
All right.
I'm gonna hang up on you. Okay. All right. My next caller. Come on. 9493. Come on. We need 1 minute. 1 minute. My dear sister, come on.
I just wanted to say, give us some peace. And one day, I hope to see one day all of us come together as one. God bless. God bless everybody.
God bless. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you. All right. All right. My last caller. All right, my dear sister, my last caller. You the last caller. Come on, my sister.
All right, y'all. I just want to say, y'all know it's the holidays, so crime spikes every year around all holidays. Everybody know the crime is really bad here. So for everybody to just check your cars, make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Don't be just sitting in your cars, hanging out, things of that nature, and be mindful of when you're going into the currency changes and when you're going into the banks and things of that nature, because Christmas is coming. And the crooks is out there, and they looking to get it by any means necessary, and we got to do everything we can to make it where, they don't take us out, or they don't get us out the way we wind up in the hospital for the holidays. So everybody just be safe, and everybody just be kind to each other, you know what I'm saying, and have some patience and understanding. We ain't got to always agree, but we can always respect each other.
That's true. God bless you, sister. I'm going to hang up on you. All right. All right. That's it, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. I appreciate all my callers. I appreciate the listeners, the ones that came in, the ones that left, the ones that stayed all the way through to Terry with us. So I appreciate you. This is definitely live, uncut, unedited. Again, I say, y'all know I'm a very patient person. I like to listen to everybody, whether if I agree with it or not. So my thing is, we have to respect each other while we on live. We have to do that, people. We have to do that. We have to respect one another's opinion. And we may not agree with each other, and we probably would never agree with each other. But we have to give each other respect And I think we owe that to each other, respect. You know, like I tell a lot of people, sometimes I bring a lot of bad news when I go to these crime scenes and people be crying and my loved ones hurt. Do you know anything about? I don't know, but sometimes when I bring news, it's the real live news. I didn't make it up. I didn't stage it. So my prayer is that we learn to love ourselves first, then we can love each other, then we can build our families and things like it. There's an element out here. It's called white supremacy. It's working against us. They have declared war on this dark skin. They have let some of us individuals be successful in this country, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. But as long as we're not doing it as a group, it's okay. They're winning. But when we start doing things as a group and being prosperous, such as Black Wall Street, then that's become a problem. So this real, people, this is real life. I know y'all don't want to hear this type of talk because your white bosses, they look out for you, they help you out and all that. And I'm not saying all white people are bad. And I wouldn't say all Black people are bad. We all have our bad people each in our race, each individual races. So my Black people, I love being Black. I love Black people. Let us start loving ourselves first, loving on one another, and never forget God out of the equation. Thank you. This is live, uncut, unedited. I want to thank my YouTube family for coming in, for calling in. I want to thank my out-of-town guests that calls in from all around the country. And I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You got a special place in my heart because I'm quite sure you got a city full of YouTubers and Facebookers that you could be listening to, but you decide to stop in to listen to the Crime Chaser, Martin G. the Crime Chaser. So I want to thank you guys. And the church says what? Tell the truth and shame the devil. And the church says what? Amen. God bless you. Good night. And the church says amen. All right, man. I got to go, people. I got to go.